called Showers 2005. The story of three teenagers, a beautiful girl Vanessa and two boys, Michael and Clement, one rich, one poor. The story of Michael, judo fanatic and doom lover, and his parents both convinced that the sky will one day come crashing down on their heads, and both more than able to cope when it does. Blackly comic, brutally funny, heartbreaking, truthful, a tragic comedy about happiness and hardship, love, luck and catastrophe. This film deserves a chance to be seen. This teenage coming-of-age story from France tells nicely against a backdrop of judo competition and love. But it goes beyond to show some nice subtleties where class, success and desire play out against one another to really give you a sense of what the main character is going through. The director, who was present at this Toronto International Film Festival screening, mentioned the story started out as a school project, something that garnered accolades beyond his expectations. It then grew into a judo documentary before morphing again into a personal coming-of-age story with the director's personal story touches. The result was excellent and succeeded on many accounts. Yajo Celebrity presents top 10 movies like called Showers. Number 10. Splendor 1999. An average, calm, mid-20s girl named Veronica restarts her dead dating life all of the sudden, but with two guys, a sensitive failed writer named Abel and an airheaded drummer named Jed. At first she despairs, then she finds a way to date both without their finding out. Then she tells both about it. Then Abel and Jed meet each other, and after much initial conflict they wind up living together and evolve into a very odd yet happy threesome. However, as time goes by, Veronica starts growing apart from them, while Abel and Jed become brother-like. So when a director starts courting a pregnant Veronica, strain ensue. Former kinetic doom generation provocateur Ereki tried to become a modern Douglas Sirk with this largely unexciting, faintly comic romance about a woman who loves two men at once and finds three-way domestic bliss until the guys turn into Beavis and Butthead, and she gets pregnant. Like Sirk's super excessive 50s melodramas, the film attempts to turn basically banal, formulaic material into a swooning sensual spectacle, and some scenes do have a striking design muscularity. Number 9. I Am Happiness on Earth 2014. Emiliano looked at his life with the eyes of a film director, mixing the objective reality with the processes of the artistic creation. The story he is filming ponder with his daily life until his world is trapped in the lens of his camera. Confused, always alone in front of a screen now become a transfigured reality, but at the same time a miserable, controllable and manipulable one. He listens in loop to a song, one of those songs you sing or repeat as a prayer and forcing you to remember, believe and convince yourself. This is probably one of the most beautifully photographed movies I have seen. The use of light, shadow, focus, position and movement of the camera. My technical knowledge and vocabulary limit what I can say about it, but it is stunning and sensual. A successful photographic exhibition could be mounted using still from the movie. It is very much a visual presentation and almost exclusively focused on the actors, although there are some well-designed sets. The film is designated as a drama, but it might be better described as a dance production. There is only a little of what might be termed dance in the conventional common sense, but the movement and interaction of the very graceful and attractive actor could easily be called ballet-like. Number 8. El Embarcadero 2019. High-profile architect Alexandra faces her worst nightmare when she gets a call from local cop Conrado to identify her husband Oscar's body, found on a pier in the beautiful Albufera landscape outside Valencia. Suicide? How can it be when they had made plans for their future just hours ago? But it only get worse. Oscar had been leading a double life with another woman, Veronica. Who is this woman? Who was the man she loved for 15 years? And what happened that fatal night on the pier? Taking on a false identity, Alex moved in with Veronica and with Conrado's help delves into secret Oscar kept, soon leading her to question who, in the enchanting remoteness of the Albufera, is friend who is foe. Though Alex would love to hate Veronica, Alex discovers an alluring woman who leads a life so anti-singly different from her own. But will the bond they forge over Oscar's death survive the moment when Alex must reveal her true identity? Or can an even closer bond develop, giving the Alex and Veronica the strength to uncover the whole truth together? Number 7. Havoc 2005. Two affluent suburban girls clash with the Latino gang culture of East Los Angeles. A pair of naive young girls learn that even the most insignificant action can have lasting consequences. Influenced by the hip-hop thug lifestyle and seeking to explore life outside of their insulated, culturally harmonized suburb, pretty young teenager Allison and Emily set their sight on East LA to experience the gangster lifestyle firsthand. By the time the pair meet a ruthless Mexican drug dealer named Hector, some true-life Latino gangbangers, and realize just how far out of their element they really are, it may already be too late to turn back. This movie was oftentimes painful to watch, and it's not because of its moving subject matter. It's possible the filmmakers aren't at fault here, because when you make a movie about irritating people, don't be surprised that the viewers will find themselves irritated. But if you take on a film that will make people's brain hemorrhage, you probably deserve to be booed. Number 6. Saturn 2006. A group of youngsters go out to disco on Christmas Eve and accidentally run into a shepherd who has prepared himself for a night of pure insanity. On Christmas Eve in the club in Paris, the troublemaker Bart and his succumb friends Thai and Latch meet the bartender Yasmin and the customer Eve, and after a fight of Bart in the nightclub, Eve invites the group to go to her house in the country. While on the road near the cottage, they are introduced by Eve to the weird shepherd and housekeeper Joseph, whose wife is pregnant. Joseph feels a sort of attraction for Bart, and during this Christmas night, Joseph discloses his real intentions. The acting isn't especially well done, but is adequate for the story. The cinematography is pretty straightforward and typical, although the opening features some MTV-inspired fast-paced camera work, but the film still works well regardless of these two weaknesses. The only real weakness the film has is as the credit roll. The viewer is still left with a lot of unanswered questions. All in all, the film worked quite well. If you are a fan of twisted, strange, disturbing movies, Satan is for you. If demented films aren't your thing, avoid it. Number 5. Threesomething 2018. When a threesome goes wrong, three horny friends lose their minds and find love. Joe, Charlie and Isaac spend a night flirting with the idea of a threesome, until it finally happens and all hell breaks loose. While two fall deeply in love, two test their love limit. They each discover fantasies they never thought they had and try things they never thought they would. This darkly humorous take on modern relationship pays attention to the dynamic going on among the three main characters, each of whom is struggling with self-doubt and confusion about relationship and perhaps adulthood. In this case, the slightly off-kilter trio scramble thinking lead to a number of comic moments. Isabel Chester is especially effective as the emotionally needy and delusional Zoe, who equate Isaac's tendency to cave into her every whim as a sign that he is the perfect romantic match for her. She's been getting over a difficult breakup. We can gather that she has had a number of them, but here she goes again. They decide to wed sort of, and the homemade ceremony they concoct is a hoot. Number 4. The Doom Generation 1995. Jordan White and Amy Blue, two troubled teens, pick up an adolescent drifter Xavier Red. Together, the threesome embark on a love and violence-filled journey through an America of psycho and quickie marts. The Doom Generation is an art film trying to please the audience that it's making fun of. It has gratuitous violence and is pretty much a soft movie. The dialogue is poor at best. But these are the things that make it a good film. The movie is basically taking to task Generation X. I mean, there is after all a character named X who lead the two other innocent characters down the road to hell. The gratuitous violence is supposed to highlight the character apathy toward fellow human beings. In the string of murders and violence that ensue, the only time the three of them show remorse or concern is when they hit a dog on the road. They end the dog suffering and bury it. And Amy says something to the effect of life suck. Number 3. We Are 3 2018. We Are 3 is a romantic drama with a polyamory focus. Nacho, an accountant who plays it safe, meets Anna, a divorcee who is looking for a new start, at a party, and they are getting along well. When the bartender Sebastian joins their conversation and flirts with the both of them. That's fine with Nacho, and he is starting to accept that he is bi, and he is making baby steps to embrace this side of him. Before long, Sebastian invites them both to this nice big house that a friend lets him stay in, and these three spend a weekend playing train. When Monday comes, it's back to normalcy. Sebastian believes that he has found the two couple he have wanted to spend the rest of his life with, while Nacho believes that polyamory will never be accepted by the society. Anna agrees with Nacho, but she is attracted to both men and finds herself missing the man whom she is not with at the moment. This relationship is an idealized one. Polyamory is portrayed as an uxorious wonderland, with the only genuine conflict being that the bed isn't big enough to fit three people once everyone. In the threesome decide to embrace it head on. Number 2. Dirty Work 2018. A struggling fashion designer takes on a job working as a personal shopper for a successful novelist. Things get steamy between them, but soon they will be confronted by someone who knows about their affair and want to stop it. Arabella, a struggling fashion designer, takes on a job working as a personal shopper for Marilyn, a successful novelist. One day she is sneakily trying on some of her expensive garments when she unexpectedly comes home early, but she is not alone. Arabella hides and watches as her enter with an attractive man who is not her husband Rose. The pair make love on the bed and she is turned on by what she sees. She continues to hide and watches her. Many of her take place in the bedroom until one day she is caught by Marilyn, who admits that she knew she had been watching the whole time. Things get steamy between the pair, but soon they will be confronted by someone who know about their affair and will do anything to stop it. Britt attempts to write the 50s Shade Express that is equally reminiscent of 1990s erotic thrillers and the 1970s swinging suburb fixation of Derek Ford. Some Jackie Collins worthy dialogue too. His personality is as vibrant as a hippopotamus. Number 1. Angels of Love 2012. In Barcelona, Carla and Bruno, fellow student with Carla, also being a photographer for the campus magazine, are in love and live together in a house paid for by Carla's parent. There is an open tension between Bruno and Carla's parent. Bruno also admits that his jealousy hangs over his relationship with Carla. On his way to meet Carla and her parent for dinner, Bruno stopped to watch a group of hip-hop dancers performing on the street. There Bruno is mugged, which results in him missing the dinner while he recovers from the incident. Bruno is assisted by one of the street dancers, Rai, who is also able to retrieve Bruno's belongings from the mugger. Rai, a karate instructor by paid trade, and Bruno is spending time together in the aftermath of the mugging. find that they are quickly becoming friends. Bruno, who in turn end up also helping Rai with a problem. A few days into their friendship, Rai make it clear to Bruno that he would like their friendship to be more than just friends. Despite never having identified as either being gay or bi, Bruno falls for Rai in return. The two then begin a love relationship. Carla eventually finds out about Bruno and Rai's love relationship.